Historically, the word missile was broadly used to describe any projectile that was thrown, propelled, and otherwise shot at a target. In military terminology, a missile is simply an airborne weapon that is typically launched by a jet engine or rocket motor, capable of self-propelled flight and has a guidance system. In military vocabulary, the phrase guided missile means the same thing as missile or guided rocket. The guidance system consists of navigation control mechanisms which calculate changes in altitude, velocity, position, and rotation rates of a moving object that is required to follow a particular trajectory, and then manipulating and correcting the flight path through thrust vectoring. Otis Frank Boykin created the Electronic Guidance Navigation Control Unit for missiles. Prior to Otis Boykin's invention of the missile, the militaries of America and Europe only used rockets. These were only effective at shorter ranges, since accuracy at longer ranges was unpredictable. By adding electronic guidance navigation controls, a rocket becomes a missile. Electrical engineer Otis Boykin, the inventor of missiles, was an engineering consultant for America and France from 1964 to 1982 and even moved to Paris, France in 1964, creating numerous inventions and innovations for them. His computer chip, known as the variable resistor, is a control unit that has a large variety of applications depending on what you want it to do. It can measure distance and angles with an electronic signal. It can fine-tune and calibrate the functions of an electronic circuit. It can control speed. It can act as a sensor for the variations of humidity, temperature, light, and force. It can increase volume and so forth. Otis Boykin's mother, who worked as a maid, died of heart failure when he was young. His father was a carpenter. Otis Boykin graduated high school as valedictorian of his class. While he attended college on a scholarship in physics and chemistry, he worked at an aerospace laboratory. After graduating college, he went on to work for a number of laboratories as chief engineer. He invented the electrical resistor in 1952 and innovated it until 1959. His creations were inexpensive and easily producible. He invented many types of resistors. In 1961, he invented the variable resistor. It has the ability to withstand extreme accelerations and shocks and great temperature changes without change or breakage of the fine resistance wire or other detrimental effects. His inventions significantly reduced the cost of production of hundreds of electronic devices while making them much more reliable than previously possible. His inventions are very important. They ensure that the parts within an electrical device do not receive too much voltage or current. It allows for the precise regulation of electricity. Without his inventions, numerous electrical devices would be unsafe. They would start burning and malfunctioning, and stop working altogether. A wide variety of other electronic devices would not even exist. His invention of the variable resistor was a scientific breakthrough. It was in great demand as he quickly received orders from the United States military, consumer electronics manufacturers, electronics behemoth IBM, and other high-tech companies. His technology is used worldwide. Virtually all electrical devices use his inventions as an essential component: televisions, radios, computers, smartphones, cell phones, and microwaves, household appliances, military weaponry, and so forth. He also invented the pacemaker, an implanted device that helps maintain a healthy heart rate by producing electric shocks. In 1968, his invention saved the life of former President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who had a heart attack. He also invented a burglar-proof cash register and a chemical air filter. In all, Boykin patented 26 inventions over the course of his career. In 1975, he unsuccessfully sued a former employer, the Chicago Telephone Supply Company. for claiming exclusive control of 2 of his patents and taking credit for his inventions. Otis Frank Boykin died in Chicago of heart failure on March 13, 1982 at the age of 61. In an apparent racial assassination, it was in the 1970s he began trying to introduce technology into the South American nation of Guyana, which was fighting imperialism domestically and abroad, and had nationalized all European megacorporations controlling the telecommunications industry.